Hello and welcome to Chair Yoga. Today we're going to be spending a little bit of extra time focusing on our back health. It is such an important part of our everyday life. We use our back in so many different movements. So that's why we are going to do lots of stretches and strengthening moves to make sure we keep our back healthy and strong. Let's start by sitting nice and tall, lengthening through our spine, shoulders down and back. And we'll take a few slow, deep breaths together. So inhale slowly through your nose. And exhale out. Let's do that 2 more times. Big breath in. Big breath out. 1 more slow, deep inhale. And complete exhale. Good. Continue to sit nice and tall and take your right ear to your right shoulder, just tilting your head to the side and slowly flowing it the other direction. We'll keep flowing side to side. Keeping the ears close to the shoulder as we can while creating space between the opposite ear and shoulder. Shoulders stay down and relaxed. Just releasing any tension that might have accumulated in your neck and shoulders. Let's hold our neck or head to the right side. And you can either stay right here, or for a little deeper stretch, you can take your right hand up to your head and just very gently pull the ear a little bit closer. Release, bring your head back up to center and we'll tilt it to the left. And again, you can just hold it right here or take your left hand up to your head and gently pull the ear towards shoulder. Good, release, bring your head back up to center. Big deep breath. This time we'll add arms overhead on our inhale. Arms lower down on the exhale. Just adding some upper body movement to our breath. Good, big breath in, lift up. Exhale, lower down. We'll continue that. We're going to add a little bit of rotation, so stay centered on the way up. On your exhale, twist to your right side as arms lower down. Inhale, back up, facing center. And exhale, rotate to your left side. Your spine will stay nice and long as you twist and recenter. Starting to gently warm up through our back and of course through our shoulders as well. This time as we rotate to the right side, let's hold here. And we're going to change our gaze to the left side. So turn your head to the left. Gaze over your left shoulder, so we're stretching our neck as we stretch our back. And to come out of this, turn your gaze back to the right side. Inhale, bring your arms back up to center. Exhale, rotate to your left side. And once again, we will hold here, but turn your head to the right. Head back to the left. And once more, bring your arms up, hands together, bring them to your heart. We'll continue warming up through back and shoulders. Bring your arms to a goal post position. From here, reach your arms up toward the ceiling, back down to that 90-degree bend. Pull your arms back to stretch through your chest and center up. Lift your arms overhead, big reach, back out to your sides. Pull back and forward. Now, if the overhead reach doesn't feel very comfortable, you can bring your arms forward a little bit more. See if that feels better. You can still stretch your arms back when they're out to 90 degrees. Stretch up. Keep your shoulders down as best you can. Back out to the side. Pull back and forward. We've got 1 more time. On this last one, I really want you to focus on your shoulder blades drawing together right here. Strength through your back, stretch through your front. Now bring your arms straight ahead. You're gonna crisscross them twice and then drive your elbows back. Forward, crisscross, pull back. So we're continuing to strengthen the back, that mid-back, as we stretch through our chest and shoulders. So a couple different things going on. Good, crisscross, pull, crisscross, pull. 2 more times. Hopefully your shoulders are feeling nice and warm. And relax. All right, little shoulder roll, shake out any tension in your upper body. Then bring your arms to a guard position. Your hands are in fists, your arms are out, about 90-degree angle. Sitting tall, rotate to your right side, rotate to your left side, come center, tilt to your right side, tilt to your left side. So rotate one way, rotate the other, center up, tilt one way, tilt the other. So see all the different directions your back can move, right? We did forward and back. We're doing side to side. We're twisting. Our back is designed to be mobile in so many different directions. So you're going to see those different movements throughout this routine. One more time through. Twist, twist, tilt, tilt. Keep your arms in guard. Punch forward with your left arm. Come back. Punch with your right. And notice I'm crossing the midline of the body. So I'm continuing to rotate with my back, with my core. Really stretching across the body with my strong punches. One more. Hold here and rotate your arms. Little speed bag action going here. Make sure your shoulders stay down away from your ears. And you can stay centered, or for a little more fun, you can come to a circle. Big circle around one direction with those speed bag arms. When you get to the top, you're gonna go around the other way. And we'll do that once more. Working through the shoulders, working through our back. It's all connected. Good, back to center and rest. Oh, arms should be good and warm. We're gonna focus now on our hands, our wrists, and our fingers. So bring your arms back up and you're just gonna twist side to side. I call this one changing the light bulbs, right? You can picture going up to the ceiling, twisting the light bulb out, and then twisting the new light bulb right back in. So getting some good rotation and twisting through your wrists. Awesome, shake it out. Next up, the fingers. We're gonna do a little piano drill. First with our fingers straight and long. Just gonna kind of flow through your fingers like in a wave position. One finger at a time, which is a little tricky. And then, even harder, we're gonna do it with our fingers bent. Still kind of trying to work through that wave motion. I am so terrible at the bent finger position. But I'm doing my best. So much easier with your fingers long and straight. Enough of that business. Hopefully that feels really good. We're gonna focus next on our feet and ankles. So just set your hands on your thighs for now and lift up your heels and set them back down again. So nothing fancy, just starting to work up through our ankles. I just heard one of mine pop already. Sometimes our bodies do that. As long as it doesn't hurt, there's no worry. Now to create a little bit more resistance, I'm gonna lean forward, put more pressure into my thighs. So now I have to work a little bit harder to lift my heels up. So working against myself on this one. So you push as hard as you want into your legs. Let's do one more heel lift. Then sit tall and we'll lift our foot the opposite direction. So lifting our toes off the floor. And you'll notice that you have a little bit more ability to lift your heels off the floor than you do the toes of your feet. Good, one more. Now, can you tap just your big toe? Can you tap just your little toe? Big toes, little toes. Oh, that one's hard too. Those isolated movements can be very tricky. Perfect. All right, quick break, and then we're gonna do a fun little drill to continue to work through our ankles. I want you to picture your fullest name in your mind right now. So your full legal first name, middle name, maybe your maiden name and your married name, as long as you can possibly make your name. And we're gonna draw our name with our feet. Sounds crazy, but let's give it a try. So you're gonna sit back a little bit so you can lift your feet off the floor and go. And mine's not gonna look very pretty. That's all right, you're focusing on your own very longest version of your name. Oh, and in cursive yet. Isn't that crazy? They don't even teach cursive in schools anymore from what I understand. So we'll try to keep up that ability. Legs are working, ankles are working, toes are working. How'd you do? Are you still drawing your name? If so, you've got a especially long one. Well done. All right, feet on the floor. Sit nice and tall. We'll be lifting and lowering our right knee. So let it lift up and set it down, and we'll stay on that same side. Now be sure you keep your posture nice and tall. What you don't want to do is hinge forward when you lift your knee. So use your core, maintain that nice long spine. Next time you lift your knee, let's hold it from underneath. You've got some good support. Then you're going to straighten and rebend your leg a few times. So working through our quadricep here, getting that nice length. One more thing we're going to add. We're going to look up as we kick forward, down as we rebend. So lift, lower, lift, lower. Couple more times. Finish the one you're on, set your foot down. Side two, we'll start it the same way, just lifting and lowering the knee. Getting used to that movement. And this is actually a little harder because we have no support with our leg using our arms, right? It's all from the leg, it's all from the core. All right, one more lift, and then we're gonna hold from underneath the thigh and straighten and bend. You may hear a little popping and cracking here as well as we're loosening up that knee joint. If you want to add the head, look up, look down, up and down. Part of our spine is our cervical spine, right? Our neck. So we want to get that strong and flexible too. One more and set down. Now our back is connected to our hips. So if we have cranky hips, sometimes that can lead to back issues and vice versa. So let's do a good hip opener, circling our leg around. We're going to stay on this one side. You're welcome to hold on to your chair to help you balance as you get these circles going on your right side. And you want to draw the biggest circle with your leg that you can do in a pain-free way. Good. One more time on your right. We'll set that foot down. And we go to the other side. And you may notice that one hip was able to draw a little bit bigger circle. It's not unusual to have a little bit of imbalance between your hips. But as best we can, we want to keep them working well individually and together. And that was our last one. Back to working the back specifically. So set your feet hip distance apart, feet flat on the floor, hands behind your head. And we're going to do a move called the good morning. And I have a theory as to why it's called that, but I'm not positive that's the reason. But we'll give it a try. Keep your spine long. That's very important with this move. Hinging from your hips with that long spine, as low as you're comfortable going. Then sit back up, keeping that back flat. Hinge forward. Hands stay behind your head. Rise up. Elbows also stay back. So you're engaging your upper back by having your elbows and your hands in this position. You're using your low back as you hinge and sit up. So my theory of why this is called the good morning is that as you rise up, it's like the sun rising. Doesn't that sound logical? I have no idea if it's true. Let's do one more. Getting our back nice and strong. And we will stay in the seated upright position. Keep your hands behind your head, then take your right hand. Reach across to the left side and pull it back. Same thing with your left. Reach across and back. Notice which part of your back is twisting. It should be your mid-back. That's the thoracic spine. Your thoracic spine and your cervical spine in your neck are designed a little bit more for mobility, whereas your low back, your lumbar spine, is designed a little bit more for stability. So when you do twists like this, it should really be coming from your mid-back. Good. Let's do one more reach across. Actually, one more. We've got to be even. Left arm across and back and rest. All right, time to get on our feet. It's good to get out of the chair. We're going to turn the chair so that we are standing to the side of it. You can start with whichever side works best, but you've got one hand on your chair back for support. Send your outside leg back into a lunge position. Set your foot down on an angle, so it's not lifted up like a lunge. It's going to be set into what we call warrior one position. So you're angled in the back, but your front foot faces forward, and we bend our front knee so it stacks right over our ankle. Now, to the best of your ability, your hips are going to face forward, but I don't want you to force them there. I don't want you to crank them forward. So if they're open a little bit, no worries. Just kind of listen to what your hips want to do, but to the best of your ability, they are forward. So we're in a nice, strong stance here. If you would like, you can take your outside arm up and your inside arm up, and that can be your version of warrior one today, or your inside hand, or both can be down. And we'll hold here for a few more seconds, strengthening not just our back, but our legs and our arms, our abdominals as well. If your arms are lifted, go ahead and bring them down and shift your body weight onto your front leg, but your outside leg stays behind. Lift and lower. And use your glute here to the best of your ability, not your back. So this is one of the few times today I want you to relax your back as much as possible and make the glutes do the work. Because sometimes we have back issues when our glutes get lazy and our backs do too much of the lifting. So we want to get our glutes nice and strong and really wake them up. Let's do one more. And the outside leg will sweep forward, heel to the ground, back is straight, leg is straight, hinge forward. Now, you can rest your hands on your thighs, or you can bring them overhead, making sure if you do that to brace through your abdominals. So once again, your back's not doing all the work. So stretching through our hamstrings. Good. Slowly rise back up. Pull your heel back in. So now your feet are parallel, hip distance apart. Stand tall. Then outside knee lifts and lowers. And just like we practice sitting, we do not want to slouch forward as we lift our knee. We're keeping that tall posture, making the knee come to us. So here we're working on the quadriceps and the hip flexors. And we're going to lift one more time. Hold the knee up. That takes a lot of strength. You have the option of grabbing onto your leg from the front, maybe pulling it in even tighter, maybe even balancing. Maybe you want to let go of the chair. Hold onto your leg with both hands. We're going to release and bring our foot across, either above the knee or you can cross at the ankle. Once you've got your foot in the desired position, start to drop your hips behind you like you're going to sit in a chair back there. And now we are in figure four stretch. So stretching those muscles in our glute and hip that just worked very hard for us. You can practice balance here as well. You can bring one hand or both hands right in front of the body. Find your focal point once again. Take a nice deep breath. And rise up, uncross, and set down. Shake it out, shake it out. That was a lot of work on side one. Before we repeat the sequence on side 2, we're gonna do a little different movement. Your chair is gonna be in front of you, so you're gonna stand with it right in front of you. I just don't like to put it in front so you can see a little bit better. Feet are hip distance apart, hands on the chair back. Take a little squat, circle back your right arm on the way up. Little squat, circle back your left arm. Does not have to be a major squat here, just enough to feel your legs working. Focus more on your circle back, opening up through your chest and shoulder. And you can make the circles as big as you want, or if your shoulder's not feeling great, it can be a small circle. But it's your biggest pain-free range of motion. One more time on your right, and one more time on your left. Now, right foot, right arm, crosses back, lifts up, recenter. You've got the chair there to help you balance. Left side, cross back, reach up, come to center. So it's essentially an upright curtsy and a side stretch. If you want to test your balance, you don't have to touch the chair. See how you do with no support. Because it can be a little tricky balance-wise. So it's nice to have the chair there in case you need it. We're going to do it one more time each side, but we're going to hold. So, cross back right, and just focus on opening and stretching through the right side of your body. Good, release, come back to center, and same thing on the left. Cross back, reach up, big side stretch. And come back to center. Well done. All right, side 2. So we're turning the opposite direction. Once you're in place, send your outside leg back. Step the foot down on an angle. Front toes face straight ahead. Bend your front knee. Now you can make this more challenging by separating your feet farther away from each other, a little less challenging by bringing them closer together. So you find a good position to set your feet. Make sure the knee is over the ankle and your hips are as far forward as is comfortable for your body. If you like, lift one or both arms up toward the ceiling and we will hold. So it's called warrior because it's a very strong position. You should feel your legs working. Your arms are lifted overhead, your upper body's working, your core is strong. All right, arms back down, shift the weight onto your front leg. Outside leg stays back so we can lift it and lower it using our glutes. I know you said it at home. So you're keeping your spine long. What you're not doing is arching and resetting your spine, right? Keep it nice and steady. Make the glute do the work. Couple more. Your front knee is softly bent. And slide your outside heel forward. Outside leg is long, spine is long. Hinge forward. You can have one hand on the thigh, one on the chair, maybe both on your thighs, or maybe both forward, as long as you're bracing through your core. Rise back up, slide your foot in, stand tall, outside knee, lifts and lowers. So we've just finished working the back side of our leg. Now we're working the front of our leg. Ready for the hold? We're gonna lift and either hold it on its own, which requires more strength, or for more balance, you can hold onto your shin, pull the knee in a little more, maybe grab onto it with both hands, find your focal point. Don't forget to breathe. When we come out of it, we're crossing our outside leg either over the inside thigh or the ankle. Once you're in place, sink your hips down and back. Feel the stretch in your hip. Bring maybe one or both arms off the chair. Breathe and balance and stretch. There's a lot going on here. Rise up, uncross, set down. Shake it out. We're facing forward. Your chair is in front of you once again. We're going to do our squats with arm circles one more time. So here we go. We'll start with our left arm first. Why not change it up a little bit? Squat and circle, squat. Hopefully both your shoulders are feeling good today. And even if we're not feeling 100%, any movement we can do without pain, it's usually helpful. Motion is lotion, as they say, so it's good to keep that blood flowing to our muscles, keep everything nice and lubricated with gentle movement as tolerated. All right, let's do one more squat and stretch each side. Right side, beautiful. Cross back lunge. We're going to take the left foot behind, left arm overhead. Reset. Chair is there to help you balance. Or if you're feeling really steady, you don't have to use it. I encourage you to only use the chair if you absolutely have to. Wobbling is fine. So just use the chair if you're feeling particularly unsteady. Good. All right, we're going to do one more each side. This is the one we hold though. So set back, lift up, hold, stretch and open. Come back to center. Same thing on the other side. Step back and reach, reach, reach. And back to center. Well done. We're going to keep using the chair. We're going to bring it so that the seat of the chair is next to us, but we are facing forward. So, seat is to your side. Step wide. The foot that's toward the chair is going to angle toward the chair, but the other foot is going to face straight ahead. Arms out to your sides, nice and long. The hand toward the chair is going to tip down to the seat of the chair. The other arm reaches up to the ceiling. Now, if the seat of the chair is very low, you don't have to go that far, because what I don't want you to do is to have to hinge and come forward at all. You want to stay in that nice straight line. This is our triangle pose, so everything is nice and long. Rise back up. Awesome job. We're going to turn now and face the chair. We are going to do a standing version of cat-cow, but we're going to do a little different thing with our hands. So listen to the cues. So now both feet are facing the chair, both hands rest on the seat of the chair. Take your right hand to the top of your left hand, making like a capital T shape. From here, round through your spine, come back to center. Your knees are softly bent, by the way. Reset your right hand, bring your left arm across. Reach that stretch, you're rounding through your spine. Come back to neutral. Reset your hand, bring the other one across. And you're exhaling as you round through your back. Inhaling as you reset. Switch sides. Round through your spine. Flatten. Let's do one more time each side. So cross your hand over. This is just a way to get a little bit of a deeper stretch through your lats. Those are the muscles right by your shoulder blades. Good. Reset. And slowly come back up to standing. Once you get there, roll your shoulders down and back. All right, we've got side two for our triangle. So you can either just turn the other way or move your chair. So the seat is to your side. You face forward, wide stance. Turn the chair foot toward the chair. The other foot stays forward. Then arms out to your sides. Keeping everything long, your spine, your legs, your arms. Tilt. Maybe the hand reaches the chair or it gets close. And we'll hold our triangle. So notice what our spine is doing here. It's kind of opening up, right? It's leaning to one side. Good. Rise back up. Relax your arms and bring your feet in. All right, we won't need the chair for the next series of exercises, so you kind of put it out of the way. You will want to find some wall space. So I'm going to use this wall behind me. You find a place to go in your house that has a nice open wall. When you get there, your back will be to the wall, your feet will be wide and slightly turned out from the hips. You're gonna lean back so you can feel the wall behind you. Your arms can be bent out to your sides, or if it's comfortable, you can bring them all the way up. And this is called 5-pointed star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where we get as big as we can get. From here, bend your knees, bend your elbows, coming to a plie position, press back up. We're gonna do that 4 more times. Working legs, working shoulders, and our core, including our back, is nice and strong. Sink down. Wall is behind you the whole time. You're sliding straight down the wall so your knees and your arms stay open. I lost count. I think this is 5. We'll say that's 5. All right, stay at the top. Shift your weight onto your right foot. You can keep your left big toe on the floor, so that's balance right there. Or you can try lifting the foot off the floor. The wall is behind you. It's offering some support. Hey, look, Mom, no hands, right? We're balancing. Sit down, we're gonna go right to the other side. So shift your weight onto your left foot. Big toe can stay grounded, or you can lift it up. Feeling very secure because we've got that wall for support behind us. And sit down. Oh, that was fun. The wall comes in very handy sometimes. All right, off the wall, off the chair, we don't need anything at all for this next couple of movements. I'm just gonna face sideways so you can see me, but we're gonna fold forward, setting our hands on our thighs, and do standing cat-cows. Cat-cows are one of the best exercises you can do for back health, whether you do them seated in the chair, with your hands on the chair, with your hands on the thighs, any which way. So we're doing it here on our feet. Start with your inhale, drop your belly down towards the floor, tip your head and tailbone up. On your exhale, you're rounding your back, head and tailbone tip down. And we'll do that several more times, using our breath to guide our pace. Inhaling as you look up, exhaling as you look down. And you're exaggerating the movement in your spine as much as you can, all the way from your head to your tailbone. Good. Come to a neutral position and just let your hands hang. Your arms are just dangling in space. No pressure, no tension. Your head can drop down if you're comfortable doing that. To come back up, sit your hands on your thighs. Use your arms to assist you as you stand back up. And then we're going to stretch our back the other way. That was back flexion and extension a little bit, but now we're going to hold an extension. Roll your shoulders down and back, and either set your fists to your low back or interlace your fingers. Then gaze up slightly at the ceiling. You don't want to drop your head way back, just a slight tilt of your chin, lifting your chest forward and upward. Release your hands, come to a neutral spine, shake everything out. One more flow on your feet. Start with arms out to the sides. Round your back as you come forward. Arch your back as you pull back. Stretch to your right, stretch to your left. So it's a 4-part sequence. Round forward, arch back, stretch right, stretch left. So if there's any movement from this whole routine for you to remember to do regularly, it might be this one. Because your back, your spine is moving several different directions. And it's a nice, gentle flow that hopefully you can safely do every day. So let's do it one more time. We're going to get it imprinted in our brain. Pull back, stretch one way, and stretch the other. Come back up to center. We're going to sit back in our chairs again. Time to take a load off. So reset your chair and have a seat. We're going to continue stretching and working a little bit now that we're back in the chair. So set your forearms across your lap. So notice you're hinging here from your hips. If this is not comfortable, you're welcome to come up on your hands instead. All right, so you are set either on forearms or hands. Take your right elbow up toward the ceiling. Notice you're twisting. Set it back down. Other side, elbow up, arm down. So as long as that feels good, keep doing it. We are asking a lot of our back right now. We are hinged forward and we are twisting. So absolutely modify this into lesser twists or up on your hands if you need a smaller range of motion. Let's do one more each side. And when you're finished, come up to a nice tall seated position. Bring your palms together. Inhale, lift your arms up to the ceiling, then back down into cactus. Up toward the ceiling, palms together, back to heart. So inhale here, exhale here. Inhale here, exhale here. So it's a great breathing exercise and a great stretch. And once again, pain-free. You can make it smaller if you need to. Those hands can be a little bit, or your arms can be a little bit more forward. Good, a couple more. In and up, down and open, up together, back to heart. One more. Inhale, lift and open. Inhale, lift, set back down. Well done. Take your right leg, cross it over your left leg. Lengthen through your spine, and we're twisting to the right side. So you can use your leg to kind of grab onto, give you a little leverage. You can also use your seat back if that feels good. Gaze over your right shoulder. So another spinal rotation. Untwist, uncross. We'll go the other direction, so cross left over right. Sit back nice and tall. Rotate to the left side, maybe using your leg. Gaze is over your left shoulder. Untwist, face forward. Uncross, come to a nice wide position with your legs. We're going to stretch out our legs a little bit more. Turn to the right side, and you're going to take that left leg down toward the floor. Then pull it back behind you as best you can. It all kind of depends on how our legs and hips feel, kind of chair we're sitting in. But the best you can, you're extending that leg behind you because we want to stretch the front of our thigh and our hip flexors. And we'll just hold this one for a bit. Try not to really arch through your back here. Bring it to as neutral position as you can. And just focus on really stretching that left leg. Good. Pull the foot back in, face forward, stay in wide stance before we do side two. Set your hands on your thighs and we'll do a nice forward fold, a nice melting of the spine. So hinge forward. If you're comfortable doing so, fold. So you're rounding through your spine, head can drop down. Use your hands to help you slowly sit back up again, stacking one vertebra at a time as you do. And we'll do that a couple more times. So come forward, roll downward, take your time coming back up, nice and careful. Good, we'll do two more instead of just one. Hopefully this is feeling really good to you. And if it doesn't, what's nice about doing these workouts at home is you can just ignore me or fast forward, whatever you need to do. All right, once you're seated again, we're going to stretch side two. So you're going to turn to the left side. Draw that right leg behind you as best you can. All right, facing the left side. Just hold and stretch. Remember, try to keep that spine as neutral as you can. There's going to be a little bit of an arch, but don't overdo it. All right, release, face forward. Shake everything out. Hopefully everything's feeling nice and good and stretched, especially your back. We did a lot of different movements, right? We did flexion, extension, rotation, side leans, everything. So we worked it thoroughly. All right, I always like to end with a breathing drill. And today it's not a fancy way to breathe, but using a little handy tool that kind of gives us a visual while we breathe can be very helpful. So that's what I'm going to do today. Inhaling and exhaling using our hand as a prop. So when we come up one finger, we're inhaling through our nose like you were smelling a flower. As we come down the finger, we are exhaling like you're trying to blow out a candle. So mouth will be closed as we inhale and open as we exhale. And since we have 5 fingers, we're going to do it 5 times. All right, so hand out in front of you. We'll start at the base of the thumb. Inhale like you're smelling a flower. Exhale, blowing out a candle. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale. Now obviously you don't have to use your hand, you can just count to 5, but I'm a visual person, so sometimes it's nice to have something right out in front of me. So hopefully it was helpful to you as well. I hope you enjoyed this back attack flow, this chair yoga, and I hope you're feeling wonderful and will be joining me again very soon. Thank you so much.